I fucking love the Dragon Quest games. They're one of my favorite franchises in all of video games, and I personally don't feel like I play them as often as I should. I have Dragon Quest 4 on DS. I have my personal favorite, Dragon Quest 8, on PlayStation 2, and I definitely have plans to play it on 3DS. I have Dragon Quest 7, and I was just playing Dragon Quest 9 on the original DS through my 3DS, and it's been an absolute delight on all fronts. All of those games have been really, really great, and now we have a brand new game in Dragon Quest 11, whereas Dragon Quest 10, well, actually, that is an MMO that started off on the Wii, and I think they have that MMO on the Switch as well, on the Japanese store. There's no release on the West. Now we have the 11th Dragon Quest game, which is going to be a single-player, traditional RPG, like all of the previous ones. 10 is the only one that is different in the sense that it's an MMO. But yeah, it has the same Akira Toriyama designed characters. It's going to have some great orchestrated music. The graphics are going to look amazing, and of course, the combat is a little bit different. There are actually two versions of this. A lot of people always talk about Dragon Quest 11 in terms of, Dragon Quest on PS4. But in reality, there's two different versions. There's a 3DS version, there's a PS4 version. I really like the 3DS version a lot because the double screens actually show two different versions. It shows like a 16-bit version, like those older Dragon Quest games, and then it also shows a 3D rendered version with 3D models and everything, which is also really, really cool. It's a lot more traditional. I like the version a lot. That version is not coming out in English to the West, and only the PlayStation 4 version is coming out, which angers me more than you might think. But let's be positive and just appreciate the PS4 version that's coming out. Now, granted, when it comes to the PS4 version, I have already played a little bit of the Japanese PS4 version, and I already fell in love with this game a while back. Now, I'm just excited to see it in English and really be able to play it, full on, just without any doubts, without any bumbling about with the menus. And there's a brand new trailer that came out recently, Dragon Quest 11 Echoes of an Elusive Age, introducing most of the characters you'll be hanging out with. Each character has a unique personality and deep background story, from the reliable partner in crime, fearless young mage, laid-back healer, noble martial artist, mysterious old man. There's a lot of these people. Whenever I see a brand new cast of characters, I always get very doubtful, because I always say, am I gonna like him as well as, am I gonna like them as much as the ones from Dragon Quest 8? Because I have a really soft spot for them, and but every single time I play a brand new Dragon Quest, I always get skeptical like that, and I eventually, by the end of the game, I'm in love with that cast of characters as well. So I should probably just not doubt it and just watch this trailer. I haven't seen it. Usually I watch these things ahead of time, but not this time. The game is actually going to be coming out for PlayStation 4 and PC, no 3DS, on September the 4th, in North America and Europe, which is actually very, very close by. It's just 1 month away, almost exactly 1 month away. So, yeah, I really don't have any connections with Square Enix or anything like that, so it's not like I can go and ask them for a review code. I don't think I even know what their PR email is, but, yeah, this is definitely one of those games I'm gonna have to buy with my own money, and I'm fully willing to, because I am a complete slave for Dragon Quest, and if it costs $60, I am more than willing. I will buy this day one and enjoy the hell out of it, and you bet your ass I'm going to stream it. No exceptions. I absolutely, I adore Dragon Quest in general, and I've already played a little bit of the Japanese version, and I already like that a lot. So, yeah, it's just a matter of seeing it in English and just seeing more of what the game kind of has to offer beyond the opening, because that's kind of the only thing that I played. The combat is one of the things that do kind of rub me a little bit the wrong way, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So of course, the graphics look like super duper HD, but it looks very it looks very Dragon Ball, very Akira Toriyama. It actually reminds me a lot of Blue Dragon. You guys remember Blue Dragon on Xbox? Yeah. You can tell that it's mocap or not just by the motion. When they run like they're Power Rangers. But yeah, there we go. We have Veronica, mage. You certainly don't sound like one. You sound like you're fucking 27.
safe at
A
all.
lot more voice acting, apparently. Voice acting is not usual in Dragon Quest. This is, I think, probably the first or second game that has some significant amounts of voice acting. I mean, Dragon Quest 8 had voice acting, but it was kind of sparse. There really wasn't that much. I'm kind of hoping that this game has more than what 8 had. Together. By the way, Dragon Quest is like the king of just mixed accents. Some people talk like this, and some people just talk like Americans. Oh my god, he's doing a fucking Kamehameha.
Come on, laddie. We've a date with destiny.
Yeah, laddie. Yeah, some people sound British, some people sound Welsh, some people sound Cockney. Like, it's just like nobody can decide what accent this world has. But yeah, we have like different like co-op attacks and stuff like that. Echoes of an elusive age. Yeah.
Bold luminary, we swear to protect you. While we live, none shall defeat you. Yep. We're all in this together.
Together.
Show us what you've got.
Let's do this. Lead on, darling.
Yeah, lead on, darling. You see, like everybody has a different fucking accent, so that's a little frustrating. The voice acting is a little all over the place. None of it really takes a bad route, but still. Actually, I want to see that box art. Yeah, so the reversible box art is like the actual good box art, while the front with the addition of light just looks like crappy, just like the CGI cutscene just kind of posted there. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as the actual Akira Toriyama illustration. I don't know what it is about like Western territories that just hate good box art. Everything has to look like all like badass and like movie poster-ish and look all epic and shit. When like just some goddamn good art is right in front of you and you just ignore it. You'll literally flip it backwards, for the reversible thing. At least it has it, at least. But hey, of course, bonus DLC! A supplicant, healer, seed of skill, and shit like that. Well, as long as it's not a significant thing, it's just a bunch of items. But yeah, like in a month from now, we're gonna see this. Dragon Quest 11. I am very, 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 very much looking forward to playing this game. I was also looking forward to playing the 30S game, but I guess other people just decided for me that I didn't want to play that, so I guess I guess I'm just never playing that anymore. And 3DS is region locked, so it's not like I can just make a Japanese account and download it there. So hey, well, fuck me, I guess, for wanting to play another game that is probably more true to the classic ones than this one. But hey, business. People, I guess, just assumed that the 3DS version wasn't going to make any money, so they just didn't bring it over, which is infuriating. But, I do want to see some of the battles here.
If we face Mordegon, we face him as one.
The battles are kind of like Final Fantasy 12, in the sense that you don't touch an enemy and then go to, like, a different reality and then fight them there in a turn-based style. It is turn-based, but everything is on the field. I kind of don't like how they're doing it now with 11 because Dragon Quest has always been very true to that classic RPG feel where the fights are kind of like in first person in a way where like you see all of the characters laid out, you know, you do all of your menus and your commands and stuff, and when you're done, you press A and you see everything just kind of pan out with like cool camera angles and stuff like that. And here it feels like I'm playing an MMO, and that's not necessarily what I like. Maybe the more I play and the more I get used to this new combat, maybe the more I'll like it. But on my first impressions of of the very little that I played with the Japanese version, it didn't really sit well with me. It felt like I was playing an MMO, and that's the last thing that I want to play right now in terms of Dragon Quest. I really did like it a lot better when you had to, like, you know, just the transition and everything seemed first person. I don't know, just the way that it was laid out in all the other games that isn't this one. I enjoyed them a whole lot, and so seeing it kind of change is a bit of a harsh transition for me. But maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe I'll get used to it. As always, it is cool seeing all the characters, you know, all of the enemies on the field and just bump into them or just not touch them if you don't want to fight them. Here we have, you know, the protagonist with the Infinity Stones who's about to take over the world, snap his fingers, and erase half the world. But, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a very short trailer. Again, if you don't know anything about the characters, you can see, you know, who they are. Not necessarily what their backstory is, obviously, that'd be spoilers for the game. There's an old dude Again, when it comes to the voice acting, I don't know, like, these kinds of dubs always have a really bad time dubbing children because they either sound way too high-pitched or they just sound like they're fucking 27 or 30 in this tiny-ass little girl's body. I mean, when the character says, "I am not a child," I can only imagine that there is some actual story significance to that. I can only imagine that she actually is not a child. Maybe she got turned into one, and maybe she wants to find a way to turn back into an adult again, and maybe that's why Veronica's voice is so adult. But if she really is just a child, and that is a complete, like the completely incorrect miscast for this character.
I'm not a child. So stop treating me like one.
I mean, you certainly don't sound like one in any way, so hopefully, I mean, just from the giant fucking staff, you already know, right? That there's probably something going on over there, right? Maybe you're not a kid, and you're trying to do, you're either just really short, or there's some spell that was cast on you, and you have to, like, turn back into an adult. I think that'd be a cool story to have, or at the very least, that would make the voice make sense, because otherwise, it just sounds like you just took a 27 to 30-year-old adult to voice this little child, and that just doesn't make any sense. Everybody else sounds fine. I mean, all of the designs and everything look really, really cool. It's impressive how this Akira Toriyama style still looks really great. You know, this very much looks like original Dragon Ball kind of stuff, but it's still like in shiny HD, huh? I thought that it wouldn't translate as well, but it does. I really, really like that there are other things other than Dragon Ball that have this art style, because I feel like it's super unique and really timeless and iconic, and so to see this with other games, that's always great. You know, what other, like, Blue Dragon is the only other one that has this art style, so, and even that one was also kind of Dragon Quest-y, I think. It's been a very, very, very enormously long time since I last played Blue Dragon, so don't even quote me on anything that I say related to Blue Dragon. But, yeah, no, I mean, the game looks cool. I mean, despite my complaints, despite how maybe the English dub might not be as good as I think it'll be, despite the combat maybe being changed in a way that kind of rubs me the wrong way, despite me really wanting to play the 3DS version, and then having other people decide for me that I don't want it, that pisses me off, certainly, but, at the very least, we have a version of the game that we can play. I am highly looking forward to it, and because it's so close, I definitely wanted to make a video on this, just to kind of, you know, refresh my memory on the game. And so if you guys are interested in it, you guys can also, you know, take a look into it, or maybe I can recommend you a bunch of Dragon Quest games as well, because there are a lot of them that are really, really good. I personally am very partial to Dragon Quest 5. You know, the 4, 5, and 6 are really good too. I played a little bit of Dragon Quest 7, and that one is also slowly but surely capturing my attention. Dragon Quest 8 is a game that I've been playing for years, and that is my #1 most favorite Dragon Quest game. I love that game to death, and I have not played the 3DS version, and I really, really want to. I know there's a version for iPhone, and I'm very interested to check that one out too. Dragon Quest 9 is a game that I always knew was good, just from word of mouth and reviews and other people, but I never really sunk my teeth into it as deep as I have recently, and it is an absolutely beautiful game. I like it a lot. Even though it's kind of outdated with all of the DS functionality that it has with co-op and multiplayer stuff and making your own team and stuff, there are some things that are a little confusing there. But, you know, overall, it is a very pleasant experience. It's captivating just immediately right out of the gate. So, with Dragon Quest 11, I've already seen the opening and stuff, so I'm already sure that I'm gonna have a great time with it. I just wish that they didn't fucking fuck us over with no 3DS version, and just a few details there that'll probably be more clear on as the game comes out and I play it and I really give it some thought. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, me just essentially giving you guys a reminder of, hey, this game exists, you guys should probably play it, give this video a like, and of course subscribe, and hit the bell icon, and hit all the social media links down in the description below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye-bye.